Hello, this is Heather Hoffman, and I'm here today with kind of an unexpected combination for this card using the August 2020 Kit of the Month from Unity Stamp Company. While this is a very fall-themed kit, and I generally seem to think of sunflowers, really, I mean, at the very least as summer, but maybe even a little more particularly as kind of a fall design. I kind of just changed up the color and design of this to make a little more of a fresh and bright card than you would expect. You could also change up the colors, pretty easy to make even more of a fall flair to this design as well. I'm starting off with that gorgeous large sunflower, and I'm heat embossing it in white on some vellum. I'm using my MISTI there to stamp with clear embossing ink, and then I'm going to sprinkle white embossing powder over the top and heat set this image. I love just all the detail like this. I love heat embossing on vellum. I feel like it's such a delicate, beautiful look. And it really just shows off all the details on a big stamp like this as well. And it seems like it just heat sets really quickly too. I think the vellum heats up really quickly. So for a big image, it's just kind of fun how quick you can heat set it as well. All right, once I have that stamped, I'm going to go ahead and just use some detail scissors to kind of fussy cut out the image. I'm not being too precise about getting super close. And you might notice on there, I'm turning the image more than I'm turning the scissors as I go around. This is a great way to get smoother lines, and I'm skipped ahead a little there to where I'm finished with it now, but really a simple image to fussy cut out too, which I love. Kind of bent that back a little just to straighten it out. It does have a little curve from the vellum and the heat embossing. All right, I picked a fun color palette. These are all Concord and 9th cardstock colors. And I just kind of played with them and laid them out until I was happy with the color combo and the arrangement. Then I picked a size of strip, and I'm going to trim them all to the same. And I'm trying to remember, I know it was a little above a 1/4 inch and below 1/2 inch. So what would that make it? 3/8 of an inch? Crafting, I don't have to do math, right? All right, I've seen lots of cards with strips of cardstock like this, but I wanted to make it a little different and give it a bit of a different look. So I'm using a distress tool to kind of rough up the edges of that. And what that is, this is from Tim Holtz Ranger. It's just got little blades in there. So it's kind of a safer way of doing it. You can easily do the same thing with scissors as well. I skipped ahead, so you didn't have to watch all of that, but I've done the same thing to each of these. And that just adds a little bit of a different texture and kind of some fun to the design. I'm going to kind of roughly plan where I want those stripes to go. Then I'm going to carefully adhere them on one at a time with just a little thin strip of my adhesive runner. You could use liquid glue for this as well. The nice thing about liquid glue is it would give you a little more time to adjust and slide them into place, but these went down nice and easy just with the tape runner. So I just kind of stuck with that, layering them in one at a time. I'll give you a closer look at the end, but you'll be able to see that little bit of texture on there as well that we added from roughing up those edges a bit with that distress tool. All right, now that all 5 of those are in place, nice and simple and easy, I'm going to adhere that sunflower in place. I could do it a few different ways, but because of the vellum and the white heat embossing, I can add a little bit of liquid adhesive to some key places behind there, and that adhesive is going to hide behind the heat embossing. Kind of a fun trick for adhering that down. It will take a little while to dry enough to stick, so I like to set a clear stamp, something weighted on top of it to hold it down. I like a clear stamp block because I can make sure it didn't move and wait until it dries and then pick it back up again. Now that that's dried in place enough that it'll hold down where I want, I'm going to just finish off here by adding my sentiment stamped in black at the bottom of the card there. My favorite black ink for sentiments, VersaFine ONYX black there, so I can get a double stamp there with my MISTI to get a nice deep dark impression there. All right, easy peasy, this card's done. Thanks so much for coming by today. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day.